Township. Like I just sue the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Of course.
Which public readings act statement, please?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, out of picking of this meeting was forwarded to the official township newspapers, posted on the bulletin board in the township legislation. This meeting will enter the year tape and will be on trembled on.
Roll call.
Mr. Pirello?
Yep.
Mr. King?
Yep.
Mr. Marsh?
Yep.
Mayor Green?
There. I'll take a motion to open a public hearing on ordinance 224, amending chapter 273. The code of the Township of Franklin entitled Hawkers, Peddlers,
And for them,
Itinerant Vendor, providing for the renumbering of the existing chapter 235 and renaming it peddling, soliciting, and tranning it merchants. Take a motion to open the public hearing. Second. All in favor? Aye.
It's for all the legislators and everything below.
Yeah, this is a public hearing on what the test.
You spent the one or
Just the more.
time. Thank you.
Yep. We have motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 224. Motion to close. Second. All in favor? Aye. I get a motion to approve. About 40 euro ordinance 220. Make a motion to approve 0224. Second.
Mr. Pirello?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Mayor Green?
Yes. I get a motion to post in the first public portion for resolutions and ordinances below. Motion is in public portion. Second. All in favor? Aye.
I was just telling them, next, Zasco, Mayor T. Some bot, and my take them.
Good evening, gentlemen. Barbara Halpern, Harding Highway. I'm here to talk to you about the closed session that you're going into. And I just wanted to tell you that you should, or you or the zoning board should not agree to anything less than this facility stop all manufacturing, industrial, commercial operations immediately. No amount of fines levied against them is enough to deter them. The only economic hardship that will even phase a facility that earns over $1 million a year is to close them down. Eat the fines if you have to. Just get them to close and leave immediately. They have no leg to stand on. They had 2 denials at the zoning board. The township is in the right, according to municipal land use law. Save us all from further abuse by this company. Fight them tooth and nail and do not back down. The people need your protection. Do not fail them. Not one more day can be agreed to for this facility. Defend us, do not sell us out. Thank you.
So let's,
Margaret Dower, Forest Grove.
go.
Hi, Mr. Bruno. Do you pick the zoning board members?
I know part.
Well, the committee picks the zoning board. So these are, I might add, they're all men whom you respect, and you. Are you looking? Are you listening? Okay. Wish you'd look at me. Anyway, these people, you respect their opinions, and you listen to what they're saying, and you have seen what J.C. Pools has done over the years. So I can't really figure out what happened because the zoning board came against them. But they're still operating. I don't understand that. Matt, okay.
Well, Mayor, obviously the purpose tonight, we have special counsel here tonight to advise and update the governor's body on this matter and potential action. We can't sit here and litigate the case right now. We're certainly not going to get into a discussion of the facts, the merits, the strengths and weaknesses of our case and our defense in a public setting. So you can make comments and give your advice to the governing body prior to them going into that closed session. But again, that's the purpose of being here. The action filed in court encompasses all those things that you spoke of. The zoning board, the actions previously taken with the conditions existing now on the property, the actions taken by the staff here in the township, and the history of everything that has led us up to.
It's a phenomenal history, isn't it?
Yes, I can't comment on the strength and weaknesses of our case because we're trying to deal with the matter and the matter that as it exists, not how we wanted to, but we try to deal with the case that in that fashion.
Well, I guess, so I won't get an answer, but I'm asking you to please think of the health of all of your residents here in Franklin Township, and please uphold your zoning board. Thank you.
Ms. It's good.
Good evening, Township Committee. My name's Kevin Kelton of Malagan, New Jersey. In comments about GLO L10822, I guess, I don't know, was that a Superior Court filing or
Yeah,
something?
that's the docket number that the court tracks.
Okay. Myself as a resident and other residents, I'm going to try to understand the history of how we got here with J.C. Company and versus the Township of Franklin. And this is all public information that I understand up to this point. On December 7th of 2021, J.C. Company, the applicant, made an application to the Township Zoning Board seeking a use variance, otherwise known as a D variance, to seek a use on the property that's not a permitted use. They sought to essentially run an industrial fiberglass pool manufacturing facility that would include sales. So they would manufacture fiberglass pools and sell them. And the zone is currently zone PHC, which is Pinelands Commercial Zones. So on that day, with much deliberation, that evening, the zoning board decided correctly, in my opinion, to deny the application for J.C. Company based on the negative criteria and the negative use that would have in the neighborhood, which includes residents and commercial businesses that operate in that area. And by the way, the board made a unanimous decision. The entire board, from my understanding, voted to deny the variance application. The applicant then appealed the decision of the Franklin Zoning Board to Superior Court on January 29th of 2022. Counsel, do I have that date correct?
I can't verify that, but it says.
For reasons unknown, which I'm not privy to, the Superior Court judge decided to send the applicant back to the zoning board for the case to be reheard. From there, I don't know if we had that additional zoning board hearing. Can anybody?
Again, we're not going to discuss, we're not going to confirm the attacks by opposing counsel on our position in a public setting prior to settling. But we're discussing the matter in closed session.
Well, I'm asking if that came back to our zoning board to be reheard.
Yeah, well, October 3rd of the fall of 2023.
October 3rd of 2023, it came back to the zoning board? Or the zoning board? Okay. And at that time, what was the decision of the zoning board?
Denial again.
A second denial. So then, what happened? The applicant then filed another appeal?
The applicant is taking this matter to Superior Court.
Right.
That's what we're here to discuss tonight with the governing body. Again, the allegation, I'm not going to recite their side of the case.
No, I'm not asking you to.
Why they think we should be here.
I'm just trying to understand the history.
They took action in the Superior Court
Right.
based on their allegations, their period.
Correct.
Not that we agree to that, but they have their version of what has occurred up till now.
So, from the zoning board decision, the second zoning board decision denied, they went back to Superior Court to seek relief. And where does it stand now?
We're here tonight.
So that's the latest. That's an update of time-wise. I don't know what's going to be discussed behind closed doors tonight, but I would hope that for the benefit, and you guys are residents in this town, and some of you may even live near this facility. I would hope that you do the right thing and deny whatever this application again for a third and fourth and fifth time. Thank you.
And we're kind good to laughing. Maybe for see all of this.
We get a motion to close the first public portion. Motion to close. Second. All those in favor? Motion to approve correspondence and reports. Motion to approve the correspondence and reports. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion to approve the minutes from February 13th, 2024. Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Tony being the same job.
Yeah, abstain, part of us. Yeah. I get a motion to approve the bill list. Motion to approve the bills.
Okay.
Second.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes. Here. Yes. Making a motion to approve a raffle for Oasis Animal Sanctuary. Motion to approve the raffle. Second. All in favor? Aye. Resolution 4824, authorizing closeout change order number 1 and final payment estimate to Arawak Paving Company for Dutch Mill Road Phase 5. Make a motion to R 4824. Second.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Mayor Breed?
Yes. Resolution 4924, appointing members to the Recreation Commission. Pushing R 4924. Second.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Mayor Brigham?
Yes. Resolution 5024, authorizing tax collecting you print sales tax certificates pursuant to Chapter 99 of Public Laws of 1997. Motion for R 5027. Second.
Mr. Fiorello?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Mayor Brigham?
Yes. It was a call. Resolution 5124, authorizing the closed session in Township Franklin Committee, Gloucester, L 108-22, Jason Company, Billy, Franklin Township, the Zoning Board of Adjustment. To motion R 5124. Second.
Mr. Fiorello?
Doesn't give move. Yes.
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Yes.
Mayor Brigham?
Yes. Trade motion open the second public portion. Is there any comments? Butch was open the second public portion. Second. All in favor? Aye.
I wanted to know how we're doing on the Piney Hollow project and whether we've advertised the bidding process yet.
Bids should be done next Thursday.
Okay, so you've already placed ads. Cause that,
Already placed, and I think it's either next Thursday or next Friday. Have that and the up to bids.
okay. Great. I'm glad it's already advertised. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Anything happening with the Malaga project at the park and the playground?
We're still trying to work with CME. They've done some soil stuff. Our water table is there. We did apply for another grant. Then we made it to the final two that we did not get correct.
Good.
So, ship has other situation with the open space fund and stuff like that. But with everything going on with Pawnee Hollow, so you can see how much funds we have to play with.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll be done with Piney Hollow by the end of the year, I would hope.
Goals, in the eye, we wanted to break ground in spring and start to work or so. Kids, our new DPW supervisor here full time. We should get some stuff going. So
Great. Yeah. Mark had mentioned that DPW will play a big role and help with offsetting the costs, and that would be wonderful. Thank you.
this.
I just have one more question in regards to the JC case. Who was our legal representation initially back in 2021 in regards to this application? Who represented the zoning board or the township at the Superior Court level?
The Mike Rowley was in that for all. And myself, but Mr. Borrelia.
So there were two attorneys representing the township at that hearing back in 2021.
At that point. But we had the Township Committee. We canceled.
So up until this point, yourself, Mr. Lyons, and Mr. Borelli have been representing the township.
Now, I have to get the exact date. He hired special counsel, Lashley Madden, to represent us.
So he's been in court on this case in 2022.
Again, I'll have to get the exact date.
Matthew Madden, okay. And is he a land use attorney? What about the environmental aspects of this application?
Mr. Williams qualified.
Okay. And who is representing us going forward?
It's
It's the same firm? Madden and Madden, Matthew Madden,
yes.
For this case.
for this case, right?
Counsel on this case.
All right. Are you involved in this in any way?
He's
Okay, thank you.
she is
Big is it?
Dave Marshall, 67 New Road, Malaga. Just a couple generic questions this evening. When I brought up about the mulch issues at the dollar stores, you had mentioned that Mr. Finley, or do I directed to you, Mr. Burnout, that it was going to the CME, and I'm just wondering why our zoning officer wouldn't handle that. I'm just looking at why are we paying CME to do something that was missed on an original plan?
I don't think I was recording.
No, you weren't, but I think I had to direct my questions to you, don't I? Or I'm supposed to?
yeah.
So I know you're no, I just clarified CME has that on their punch list of things to do, so it's being addressed. There was no need for Chase to involve them in because CME already had on their initial punch list. They had not followed through first.
Okay, well, I just was wondering, because like I said, I just can't see paying them for something that we have a zoning officer to do. Just trying to keep the residents, things a little cheaper. Okay, just asking. I do have a question about the appointments for like the environmental board. It was brought up that there are two members, one member and the planning board liaison that have not made barely any meetings. One hasn't made a meeting in 2 years, and one has missed 9 meetings in a row, and according to Mr. Lyons, if you miss 8 in a row, that's the grounds up for dismissal, because he had clarified that with me in the past. But you have to miss 8 in a row, which is,
Especially about the rules governing members of the elected body.
okay, so that doesn't account for appointed positions?
I'd have to, again, like we said before, I'd have to see the facts before I back it out. To render an opinion on the office.
Okay.
No anymore.
I apologize, I misunderstood that. But that even being the case, we have a planning board that really could use some environmental input on a lot of the applications, and if he's not there at the meetings, how is he qualified to handle that? Isn't there somebody else we can appoint? Or get somebody that has maybe he just doesn't have the time, but get the time to be there?
Well,
Just wondering.
yeah,
I just, this is the second time we've heard this. Voting up the dates. I was told.
Well, it was actually brought up at one of the other meetings by our planning board chairman. He had brought it up here at this meeting and gave you names.
John Stick and have it. That was,
He never told you who it was.
Is it?
I remember him doing it also on camera, that he told you who.
guys,
The mall and accessories.
So it's just something, like I said, to look into. You know, I think it'd be a good idea to get some proactive people involved in some of the boards. We have many businesses along Delsey Drive that are, as I brought up in the past, that are eyesores to say the least, and some of them unsafe. And I know this is over a year ago now, and I know you said you were working on it, Mr. Finley, but just wondering if we have any progress on some of these businesses. We have that one house that's really bad that someone put a piece of wood up and put unsafe, you know, because that'll stop everybody from going in, so.
Demolition permit has been approved.
Okay.
I got everything from South Jersey Gas and Legacy Electric, which means us efficient demolition. Instead, promises it'll be down before the next meeting.
Okay, good. Now, how about the old gas station that has the gas tank sitting above ground? Anything going on there? The old,
1986.
yes, yep.
We've been in contact with their owners also. That's supposed to be being removed. There's nothing in it. It's filled with sand. Like you're supposed to.
Okay. Just making sure. And as you know, the last meeting, I had brought up some concerns about agendas being posted. I have had time to verify those. They are accurate. The times posted is when it was actually posted online. If there was ever any type of amendments or anything that way, it states it right there on the pages. And in fact, even the planning board meeting that happened right after this meeting, it was posted late. And I didn't even bring up the other meetings about how they're posted late. It's something we need to change. And it's either an oversight issue or training. I'm not sure which, but it has to change.
And then
Thank you.
that's it.
keep it.
Good evening, Nancy Kennedy, 711 St. George Street. I think I actually might have kind of an interesting idea, and it's not intended to be in any way adversarial. I came to a meeting, not the last meeting, I think it was the meeting before, and I mentioned that I had gone through the appointments that were made, and that I had noticed that an individual was left off of the agricultural board. And I was recently approached in Wawa by a member of the community who's lived here for a long time, raised her family here, and she had happened to catch what I had said, and she asked me, she said, did that particular individual that you referenced ever reach out to you? You know, did she have a stance or an opinion? And I said, no, I've never had the honor of talking with this person, but what I did do, what I was able to do, was to speak with Mr. Travelone, who is on the agricultural board, and he actually was there at the first meeting of the year when the former chair appeared for the meeting, believing that she was still on the board. And he was able to confirm that she was very confused and, you know, a little upset. I think that the representation that he made was that she said, you know, I assumed that somebody just forgot to send me the email. And so she had shown up with every intention of continuing to serve the Township of Franklin with her vast agricultural knowledge, and I think we can all agree she has it. She had shown up willing to do it. So let's pretend for a minute that I haven't been at almost every meeting complaining about political things. And let's say there's a lot of appointments that were made. There are a lot of suggestions that are made about who should be on boards. It can be a confusing thing. Let me say I was probably wrong, and it was probably an oversight by this Township Committee, and for that I apologize. And let me ask you gentlemen tonight, in the spirit of goodwill, in the spirit of what Mr. Marshall was saying, which is, we need people on these boards who care and who are involved. It's what we all want, right? In the spirit of that, let one of you this evening, under proposed resolution 5224, suggest appointing Michelle Doyle as the second alternate, which is still open, to the Agricultural Advisory Board. Let one of you second it, and I'm confident with the members up there that it'll pass, because I don't think that any of you have any personal animus. And heck, Tim probably didn't even realize it was probably a complete mistake, and I'm reading into it because I'm a middle-aged woman with too much time on my hands. So again, gentlemen, please, before the evening concludes, do the right thing, show that we are all working together for the good of the township, and that Michelle Doyle has every right to continue to serve her township, regardless of who she's married to, not married to, maybe married to, none of my business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Harry Kennedy, 1578 Prize Mill Road. I wanted to commend you that most of your appointments are really good appointments. You have an excellent Recreation Commission that works together. It was nice to see you moving someone up, and the fact that she's Dave Deegan's daughter is fine. That's great. It's nice to have people serve the community, and it's great that that happened. And just a little bit of history, that because you weren't here yet, Mr. Fiorella, and I don't believe you were here either, Mr. Marsh. Last year, there was a gigantic battle at the end of the year about the redevelopment area. And there were a couple people up there that were against it. One of them was Mr. Stipek. All right, and Mr. Stipek, for whatever reason, wasn't reappointed to the planning board as the representative from the Environmental Commission, Jake. The second person was Deputy Mayor Heather Flame, who also voted to table that. She was not reappointed. It just would seem if we're going to move alternates up and move people out, it might be good to use the best and the brightest in different places. Just a good idea. And I have never met Mrs. Doyle in my entire life. I have met Mr. Doyle several times, and I can honestly say that, he and I have a working relationship with each other, that we work each other over from time to time. But I would like to say to this Township Committee, just an admonition, and I know you're all very bright, and most of you are good in geography, and I know you understand this. We live in New Jersey. We do not live in Pennsylvania. We live in Franklin Township. We don't live in Doylestown. Thank you very much.
The
Okay, motion to close for second public close. Motion to close public close. Second. All in favor? Aye. Committee reports. I got it.
Mark, what's one?
Our historical societies, sorry, monthly article was at home, was going to start the canvas. It was something a month. And then when the library's redesigning the website, we'll be start offering a lot more pieces too. So once I get each check that. That's in here. He's continuing.
With recent appointments and you share individuals, it would be good to just update me. Agency's mission on we sent out on emails for the chairs and individuals so that they can be in good contacts with the Communications Commission going forward as they continue to do website, analytics, stuff like that. It's good to be flat up in the boards. Thank you.
I just want to point out, congratulating Jared Marindino, Dean Jordan, Public Works Supervisor. There you go. I'm not saying don't sit too close to Brian. He's not going to be in with But now, I bring you read that week now. So I read strong things out. Appreciate it, Tommy. Matt, you have anything? Nothing coming out till March.
I'll that to it.
You don't want anyone yet? Other than that, I'm thinking of motion. You go into closed session. Motion to go into closed session. Second. Parliamentary.
I do the same.
Yeah, I guess action may or may not be taken. I can't be sure. So we have to say the action may be taken. I have no estimate because it's going to depend on the questions that members of the committee ask.
How long?
Right.
Right.
I think it's going to be. I think it's not going to be short because it is an involved matter with
You promote history.
but I think it's going to be more than just 10 and 20 minutes.
Right. Coach, how do you?
Still, they thought touch his thing. Just go straight west of the stage on gas. It's late.
Taking a motion to close, close session?
Motion to close session. Lefty.
All in favor?
Yes.
And then we're thinking,
Take a second. Taking motion to reopen the public session. Motion to reopen the meeting. Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Did you get it? Yes, sir.
All right, for the record, this is Township of Franklin, County of Gloucester, Resolution R-52-24. It's a resolution approving settlement agreement between J.C. Company LLC, Gerald R.J. Truster, and the Township of Franklin and Franklin Township Zoning Board of Adjustment. Whereas J.C. Company LLC and Gerald J. Truster brought litigation against the Township of Franklin and the Franklin Township Zoning Board of Adjustment in the Superior Court of New Jersey, Gloucester County Law Division, hearing under docket number GLOL 108-22 and captioned as J.C. Company LLC et al. v. Franklin Township Zoning Board of Adjustment et al. That is defined as the litigation in this resolution. Whereas the township has denied the claims of plaintiffs and has asserted various affirmative defenses to plaintiff's allegations, along with a counterclaim against plaintiff seeking a declaratory judgment. And whereas the township and plaintiffs, collectively the parties, have participated in extensive settlement discussions related to the resolution of the litigation, which discussions have led to a proposed settlement and draft settlement agreement, a true and correct copy of which is attached here to Exhibit A. Whereas the resolution of the litigation will include both the dismissal of all claims and counterclaims asserted against all parties in the litigation, as well as the provision of full and mutual releases from parties. Whereas the resolution of litigation is contingent upon the approval of the settlement agreement by the Zoning Board of Adjustment, with the review of the settlement agreement by the Zoning Board of Adjustment scheduled to take place following the approval of the settlement agreement by the Township Committee, and compliance by plaintiffs with those terms of the settlement agreement pertaining to plaintiff's submission of an application to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, and the Zoning Board of Adjustment's consideration and approval of such application as set forth in detail in settlement agreement. And whereas both the plaintiffs and the township, without admission of liability or wrongdoing on the part of either party, and to avoid the uncertainties, expense, and delay inherent in litigation, have determined it to be mutually advantageous to conclusively resolve those claims and counterclaims as set forth in the litigation, and to otherwise resolve all claims and issues currently existing between them. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Franklin, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, that the settlement agreement resolving litigation be and hereby is approved, that this resolution is approved, and that this resolution may and shall be signed if by or on behalf of the township by Mayor John Bruno. Now therefore be it further resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Franklin, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey as follows. Number one, settlement agreement between J.C. Company LLC and Gerald J. Truster and the Township of Franklin and Franklin Township Zoning Board of Adjustment dated February 2024 is hereby approved. Now therefore be it further resolved that the mayor and clerk of the Township of Franklin, Gloucester County, New Jersey are hereby authorized and directed to execute any documents necessary to effectuate the settlement agreement. At this point, we would entertain a motion to approve this resolution.
Make a motion to approve 52-24.
Second.
Mr. Fiorelli,
Choose.
Mr. Keeney,
Yes.
Mr. Marsh,
Yes.
Mayor Brady.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Madden. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor?
Everybody, this is no, so you actually been a student intro.
He kept saying.